Hey guys, welcome back to the second channel. Today I'm making a sort of unique video that I haven't made before because I've kind of made the opposite where I've been judging people's top 25 lists, or I think it's 100 that I've done for video games in the past. But essentially what I'd like to do is make my own list of top 25 greatest games of all time in my own personal opinion. And I'll be completely honest, I am extremely biased, just like anyone else is in life, and I will not be touching every scope of every video game ever, because I think in a sense a lot of retro games don't deserve to be on this list. They're sort of legacy choices, but they aren't actually the greatest experiences, whereas I think other video games genuinely do hold pretty well for being the greatest experience you could have with a video game, and don't really need that kind of like legacy, here you go. Like games like that I believe that often show up on people's lists, but I don't think they are games like Tetris. But it's a product of its time, right? It's like one of the first video games ever. I don't remember if it is the first video game ever, but if you really look at it, is Tetris like the greatest gaming experience you've ever had when you have games like Baldur's Gate 3 out? Like, these things on the same level. But yeah, enough rambling, enough preamble. It's 25 because this is what the Topsters website can provide, and you can use this for anything. As you can see here, there's music, games, books, movies, shows, yada yada yada. But it automatically started with 25, and I didn't feel like looking up how to change it because I think I was just gonna do like top 20 or like top 10. But speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, that's gonna go in my list. So Baldur's Gate 3 I think is one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in video games. It's already on my top 5. Another game on my top 5 is God of War Ragnarok, and not the remake. I think that one's really good, but I feel like Ragnarok, after I finished it, I was like, I genuinely had that wow, and I think that means a lot in terms of gaming. So I'm just going, another game that has earned its way up there is Divinity Original Sin 2. So that game is, I would say, almost better than Baldur's Gate 3. I think Baldur's Gate 3's presentation is better, and that's because it's a newer game, and so the developers had access to newer technology, and their presentation is genuinely better. But I feel like the story of Divinity 2 is better, and I would really be interested in a modern remake using the Baldur's Gate 3 system, because it's also not D&D, which I really enjoyed. It's just strategy, that turn-based RPG, so you don't have to worry about rolls and saves, which is an aspect of Baldur's Gate 3 I don't particularly enjoy. I like it more that you can allocate stat points into certain categories, and then that just works. And what I mean by that is, if I put 100, or this is being hyperbolic, but if I put 100 stat points into charisma, I should be able to talk my way out of any conversation. That's how I feel. Like, and with Baldur's Gate 3, you could put a bunch of stat points, would it make it easier for you, but then you also have rolls where you have to, roll dice to get out of certain situations. And I'm like, I don't really love that. I'd rather just have it be like, look, I put all these stat points into charisma so I can bullshit my way out of any situation. But yeah, that's my rant about why, just in case anyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How can you think it's better? I know there are other games on my top 5, and it's killing me not to remember them right now. There it is. Lies of P is another game I think is really good, and this is going to fuck people up, but I believe that Lies of P is better than Elden Ring. Like, genuinely way better than Elden Ring, and that could stem from the fact that I don't like Elden Ring, but I think as a Souls-like, I think Lies of P is a far stronger game than Elden Ring. This is really new, so I wonder if it's going to be here. Clair Expedition 33. It could be recency bias. I wouldn't be mad at someone for saying that. Definitely on my top 25 greatest games of all time already, because that game is fantastic. And now this is where we start to get into the weeds. So I'm trying to think of other experiences that are like really good. I would say the Spider-Man, the first Insomniac one, can easily go on there. I think Breath of the Wild was way better. I don't think, and I haven't really played much Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't want to be unfair, but I think Breath of the Wild deserves its place there. I don't know about Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like it wasn't new enough. Breath of the Wild was kind of the standard that people held other games to, and Tears of the Kingdom felt like it was just like, they didn't do much to change it, in my humble opinion. This is another one. I'm not gonna put this one. This is it's my personal list, but I'm not gonna be this biased. I don't think. Another game that I think, easily, Halo 3, without a doubt. And in the same vein, I think Gears of War 2. I put Gear of Wars. Well, now I'm just fucking up. I wonder if we'll get it. There we go. Gears of War 2, I think, is the best Gears of War. And people have told me it's because that was the first Gears of War I've played. I played everyone after it, but I genuinely think it has the strongest story, and just the experience as a package overall is just so good, and the series was genuinely downhill from there. Like, Gears 1 was great, Gears 2 was great, Gears 3 was really good, Gears 4 was bad, Gears 5 is bad. So I think that's why I have it as the strongest. The Last of Us, really good game. The first one, of course. Let me make sure I don't put... The second one, narratively, was bad. Like I said, if you like the gameplay of The Last of Us, you like the gameplay of The Last of Us 2. The story was the problem, and that's what made it weak. Damn, I just had another one in my head. That's what it was. Uncharted. And with Uncharted, you could really pick any of them. What the fuck are these games? I would say you could pick any after 2, but I'm gonna go with 4, Thief's End. I think that's the and you can see how, like I said at the beginning of the video, look at my fucking list. Like, there are no, like, these are very mainstream games, as it were. You don't have any shit that no one's never ever seen before. These are all very mainstream games. So I would say Minecraft. No, I don't think Minecraft is a legacy. Like, it just gets in, because Legacy, I think it genuinely is one of the greatest games of all time. I also think Smash Ultimate could be considered one of the greatest games of all time. So how many do you have left? We're at 13, so 12 more. Now, I mean, we were already in the weeds. I'm gonna put one on here, but we may come back and change it. Fable 2 is my favorite game of all time, and that's solely because it was the first game that made me fall in love with video games. Assassin's Creed 2, I think, can safely be put on here. I don't think very many people will argue that Assassin's Creed 2 is one of the greatest game experiences of all time. Alright, 10 more. Who else? I'm trying to think of, like, mainstay series. I don't want to put too many duplicates from the same series, but like, Halo Reach is also very good, which I really love. But then after that, it kind of falls off a hill. Assassin's Creed, I think 2 is the best. I don't think you really have any that come that close to 2. Just going through these in my head. Maybe I'll just make it the top 15. Fuck it. Everything else is not good enough. Let's just start going through the bullshit. Tetris as a legacy game, right? Get to makes the list. And I would say Horizon. You know what? This is another recency bias thing, but I think Avowed is really, really good. And I would hold it pretty highly, but I think that's more personal for me. I don't think, like, I wouldn't be mad an average gamer for not having about anywhere near their top 25. But I genuinely think it's a really, really good game that deserves more love than it gets. Where else? Oh, how could I forget? I don't know why it didn't come to me. I think Skyrim definitely earns its spot there. Let's go with Skyrim, and then staying on the Bethesda. Everyone loves Fallout New Vegas. I personally really like Fallout 4, but I can agree that Fallout New Vegas is a stronger game overall. So I'm not mad at people saying Fallout New Vegas. I would say Dishonored is really good, but I prefer Dishonored 2. So I'm gonna go with Dishonored 2. Yeah, I mean, Dishonored is a really, really strong game. The Witcher 3, for sure. Another great one. Oh, of course. I don't know how I could forget. Red Dead 2. Easily. Like, these are games that don't even need an explanation. You understand that. I think GTA San Andreas. Like, if I had to pick one, you know what I mean? Did I spell Andreas wrong? Oh, I forgot the N. Yeah, San Andreas. I think that's the best one. GTA 5 is great, too. But I think San Andreas is pretty clearly people's favorite. With its Saints Row. I'm just typing in Saints Row while I'm thinking of my last two, but I don't think I love Saints Row 2, but I don't think I'd put it on like top 25. And if you're thinking like, oh, Elden Ring or Cyberpunk or no, none of those games. Those games will never make my list personally. But if you love it, hey, more power to you. But not on my watch. Oh, you know what's a really, really good game? I can't believe I've forgotten this one. I'm glad I'm making this list. I love Dragon Age Inquisition. Really, really good game. It takes a bit, but it's really good once it gets going. Dragon Age Velgard is garbage. Oh my god, that game's terrible. That game is the opposite. It's good. It's good in the beginning, and then it falls off a fucking cliff like immediately. It's kind of hard. Oh, you know what? Is it Star Wars? This is gonna kill me because I don't know if it's called Star Wars. Is it called Star Wars? Yeah, it is called Jedi. Yeah, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Okay, I always forget if they use Star Wars as the title. This was my game of the year until I played Baldur's Gate 3 that year because it was so good narratively and the gameplay is really, really fun. You could, like, I wouldn't be mad at you for putting The Force Unleashed on here because I think that game's also really good. But I think I like this list. I'm just looking at it. I'm just like I would get rid of Tetris and put like maybe The Force Unleashed or something. But I don't want to do too many from the same series. But I think I like this list. But I want to make sure. Let me just go through rack my brain really quickly and make sure I'm not missing anything that I would put above anything else on here. Yeah, I mean, this is a strong list. It does have a lot of recency bias, but I feel like you could argue for any of these games here, and you would get a decent amount of people, at least 50% of people to agree. The only one that I would say probably not is Fable 2. But everything else, I think you can get 50% of people to say, yeah, no, I can see why you would think that. Or maybe not Jedi Survivor either. But yeah, I like it. Let me know. You guys make your own list. This was really fun. It does have a lot of categories. It's topsters.org. Pause. So thanks for watching. Behave yourself.